Warning, this video may contain details of graphic content. This channel is for mature audiences only. Some viewers might find this disturbing. Sneha Anne Phillip was born on October 7th, 1969 in Kerala, India. She would later relocate with her parents to upstate New York. Sneha graduated from Johns Hopkins University in 1991. In 1995, she enrolled in the Chicago School of Medicine. While there, she met Ron Lieberman, and the two began dating. They both graduated together and moved to New York City, where they both obtained an internship. Ron and Sneha married in May of 2000, and they moved to a larger apartment in Battery Park City shortly afterwards. On September 10th, 2001, on Sneha's day off, she decided to spend the day cleaning her apartment. She had family coming to visit on the 12th of that month. Sneha spoke to her mother for about 2 hours, during which she mentioned that she was planning to visit the Windows of the World restaurant that was located on the 106th and 107th floors of the World Trade Center. Later on that day, she went to run a few errands. A security camera at Century 21 captured her during her shopping trip. This footage and the credit card records of everything she purchased are the last verified traces of Sneha. Ron, her husband, returned to their apartment just after midnight when he noticed his wife wasn't home. Ron didn't think much of it and just figured that she may have stayed out late or she was staying out all night, which wasn't unusual for her, so he proceeded to go to bed. When Ron awoke for work at 6:30 a.m. on September 11th, Sneha still was not home. It is believed that Sneha may have been trapped in the September 11th attacks. So if you're unaware, on September 11th, 2001, 19 terrorists hijacked 4 different planes that was scheduled to travel from New England and the Mid-Atlantic to the East Coast and to California. The hijackers aimed 2 of the planes to crash into 2 of the world's tallest buildings, the Twin Towers. The first plane, American Airlines Flight 11, which was hijacked by 5 terrorists, crashed into floors between 93 and 99 on the North Tower at 8:46 a.m. Everyone that was on the floors 93 and up were trapped. 17 minutes later, at 9:03 a.m., a second plane crashed into the floors of 77 and 85 on the South Tower. Everyone that was on the floors 77 and up were trapped. With this being said, it caused them to make the devastating decision to either jump out of the window or remain trapped. Both of the 110-story skyscrapers eventually collapsed. With this being said, Sneha Phillip, along with hundreds of others, were reported missing. Her family posted missing person flyers all over the city in an attempt to locate her. Sneha's husband contacted American Express to review Sneha's last credit card purchases. Her last purchase was at a store in Lower Manhattan. After contacting the store, a clerk recalled seeing her come in on the evening of September, accompanied by another young woman. After Ron reviewed the surveillance footage, he learned that Sneha was by herself, grazing in the coat section. Ron hired a private investigator named Ken Gallant. On the early morning of September 11th, the first piece of evidence was a call that was placed to Ron's cell phone. The second piece of evidence was from a security camera in the lobby. At 8:43 a.m., a woman possibly with the same description as Sneha was seen entering the building and waiting for the elevator. Obviously, in 2001, the footage was grainy, so they could not pinpoint if it was 100% Sneha or not. But when investigators compared footages from the shopping store and in her apartment lobby, they were both consistent and exemplified her mannerism and hair color. The only thing that was out of the ordinary is the woman in the surveillance video was not carrying any of the bags that she would have had from going shopping earlier. During the investigation, there were several details that proposed Sneha's life prior to September 11th. It suggested she may have been elsewhere or already dead when the towers fell. Some of the evidence included that Sneha attempted to renew her contract with Cabrini Medical Center. She was turned down due to repeated tardiness and issues with being a whistleblower, which led to her being fired. That same night, she went out to the bar and the night ended with her spending the night in jail. She told police that an intern at Cabrini Medical Center groped her. A SA charge was formed. Upon further investigation, the charge was dropped, and Sneha was charged with third-degree falsely reporting an incident. Sneha would frequent lesbian bars in the city. Sometimes she would go home with women that she met at bars. Eventually, she got another internship in internal medicine at St. Vincent's Medical Center. She quickly got suspended for missing a meeting with a substance abuse counselor. On the morning of September 10th, she had an appearance in court for her previous charges. A witness stated her and her husband were arguing outside the courthouse about her problems at work and her spending time at the gay bars. In 2003, the investigation as to what may have happened to Sneha Phillips was closed. Ron filed a court petition in New York County Surrogate's Court to have his wife declared a victim of the 9/11 attacks. Ron believed that his wife's employment led to her visiting the World Trade Center on the date of September 11th, 2001. On June 29th, 2006, Judge Roth ruled that it could not be determined if Sneha died in the attacks, and the legal date of her death is September 10th, 2004. Sneha was officially declared the 2,751st victim of the Twin Tower collapse. There is a plaque that honors each and every one of the victims that was caught in the horrendous 9/11 attacks. In July of 2008, Sneha's family was notified that she was added to the victims' memorial list. Is memorialized at the South Pole on panel S66. Her family have kept her room at her parents' house the exact same way as she left it. Every year they would attend the 9/11 Memorial Walk, but unfortunately, due to how long the walk was, they no longer attend. The Sneha Phillip Memorial Fund was started by her family, which allows indigent patients at a clinic outside Aluva.